So, brought to you from Lexington, we went there. I'm Heather, and this is Sam.
These intros kill me every time. Welcome back to another episode of Whiskey and Wine. Yes, we went to Lexington for a couple of different reasons this past weekend. Or whenever you're seeing this, it's going to be probably 3 weekends ago. But we got to go out to Lexington, and we got to have a lot of fun. So we're going to take you guys through it on what we did and kind of some of the fun. So...
Yeah, one of my friends lived down in Lexington, so we were able to visit her. We started Saturday out with the plan to just get coffee, grab a quick bite, and then we headed over to Whiskey Thief.
I mean, we did a little bit more before that.
Oh, the Peddler's Mall.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm terrible at timelines.
So let's back up.
We started the day out at the Peddler's Mall.
Before we went there, we ended up going to this really adorable little coffee shop. If I can find the name, I'll put it up here somewhere. But it was like a nice coffee shop / bar spot. Fantastic food. The sandwiches we got, I think we both got like this...
Turkey Gouda sandwich.
Fantastic.
Very solid. Coffee, amazing.
Yeah, really good spot. I'll see if I can, like I said, link it up here because it was a really good spot. And if you're in the area, I recommend going. But then, yes, we went over to the Peddler's Market, which...
It's like, if you're into thrifting, this is like thrifting times 10,000. Like, there were 2 stories in this building.
We didn't even look at everything, and we were there for an hour and a half, I think, and we didn't get to see everything.
If you want to see everything, plan at least 4 hours.
Yeah, so when we head in, there's just all of this stuff, and it looks like each stall basically is a different person stall or different peddler, and you can just go through, rummage, and find things that you like, pick it up, and then go check out. It's basically like a giant garage sale, I guess.
Yes, basically the Midwestern
garage
it was
sale. Insane how many things were there. I don't think either of us bought anything.
No, it was just hard. I fell in love with a lot of things, but then they were all tied and I couldn't choose. So then I am presented with 2 options of either buying it all or buying nothing. And I was financially responsible.
It's fair. But from there...
Adorable.
We got to go to one of the main reasons we went there. So if you guys don't know what Whiskey Thief is, it is this fantastic little distillery down in Frankfurt. Craft distillery. Yes. And it is one of the ones that last year when I was trying to complete the entire craft region, I forgot to get my book stamped there. So we had to go back so I could get my book stamped. That was the main reason we picked Whiskey Thief, but also this is one of my favorite distilleries. What they produce is fantastic. How they do it, they're basically everything about them I really like. I'll let you kind of dive into it.
Their whole thing is that it's all single barrels. So they do not sell any of their products in stores. You have to kind of go on site, and they have 5 barrels that they'll have for you to taste from if you do the tour and taste. And if you like it, you can bottle it because they'll never have it again because it's a single barrel. And that's just how whiskey works. Our tour guides were Dave and Ranger. There'll be plenty of video of Ranger.
Yes, showing. You'll see a lot of the video, just us talking behind it right now.
I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, they have food, campfire. It was very much... like a place you could just kind of go and like stay and chill and like hang out with the people that you're with.
Yeah, so how they do everything, obviously very craft distillery, but each of the barrels, they don't blend them like Heather was saying. So if you want to fill your own, you literally have to go get the bottle and then thief it from the barrel and fill it up. So it's that really fun, uncut, unfiltered style. And a lot of people, when you hear uncut, unfiltered, you're thinking, oh, this might be really kind of aggressive. It might be... just unrefined, if you will. But theirs, I feel like, is still very well balanced with what they make. And there's a variety of different things they're going to have. It's not just all the same mash bill. There's going to be different mash bills all the time. So they had, like Heather said, there were 5 barrels, and they had...
They start with a wheater.
Yeah, so they have a heavy wheated... It was like a 6-year
The first 4 were bourbons, and the first of the bourbons was a wheat in the mash build.
Yeah, so you guys will see it. First one being heavier wheat, and then... kind of go through each of them, building up to that last one, which was going to be a rye. I think it was a 95.5 rye. All really, really good. Unfortunately, we did not end up bringing one home with us. I did really like them all, but I know that sometimes they have some that are maybe just a little bit better. So we're definitely going to be going back again to see if we can find another one that might be a little bit more out there, a little bit of a better barrel. Not saying these barrels were bad. They were really good. I think number 3 is what we all agreed was our favorite. So we'll take the second, and I'll run some of the footage of all the tasting that we were doing because it was a ton of fun. All right. Cheers, friends. See what you think. Yeah.
I like to smell this with my hair. It smells really sweet.
Oh, that is perfumey. That's very light.
Super sweet.
I'm a fan of that.
Like flowers.
Yeah, that's so interesting. There's not a lot of heat to it. For a 6-year, this is pretty young. What do you guys think of it?
Interesting.
It's interesting.
I'm not used to my whiskey looking like a tea.
Yeah, got all the little floaties in there.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the uncut, unfiltered stuff. It's weird, but
You must be if you've been here before and you've come back.
yeah.
So bourbon is a specifically American product, and it's just like a branch of whiskey. Okay, but what makes it different is that it has the cork. It's made in America. And then you age it in a new charred oak container.
Boop.
So the charred oak is where, again, like on the inside of the barrel, like the experience, like
How are we feeling?
Great.
Feeling good?
Feeling great.
Oh, yeah?
That was really interesting. Yeah, it was really light, kind of florally. I'm surprised it was that light for a 6-year. That was interesting.
Are you guys on number 2 yet? Number 2?
Number 2.
Number 2, you guys ready?
Oh, they're on number 1. I'm ready for number 2.
All right, I got you.
Okay, I kind of want to dump. I don't know. I don't want the.
Is that hotter?
I got complimented of my.
Show off the fit. Fit check. Look at you go. So cute. Fair
I
enough.
feel like number 2 had like a cinnamon flavor.
Spicy.
I like that spicy rye on it.
You got this.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whiskey and wine is what we're called. So we basically do like whiskey and wine education, a little bit of like fun, goofy content, but mostly educational stuff.
Well, I can take a look.
Yeah, it's a little weird. So there's an underscore on either side of the E in whiskey, because it could be whiskey like Scotch or bourbon whiskey. So
That's cool.
yeah.
Number 2.
What are we thinking?
I feel like apple.
Yeah.
It's got an apple note.
Okay, it's probably because of the smoke, but it makes me think of like a cinnamon apple.
I know.
Like
the noses are confusing with the campfire.
it's like a cinnamon apple. I really like it.
It tastes like cinnamon. It's very different than the first one. Overall, pretty smooth.
Oh, it's freaking delicious still. There it is. This is Thank Face.
Okay, number 3.
And I didn't know people.
Oh, it's good.
There we
My
go.
new favorite.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Is that 4?
Yep. What is 4? What are we working with? 78, 10, 12, 117. Let's see. Whoa. Why is that so much more caramel?
This one just smells like just straight up bourbon.
It's probably just
Like if bourbon was a candle, this is what it would smell like. It's like caramel, vanilla.
I can like really tell the difference.
all right, Heather. Number 5. Initial thoughts. What do we got?
It's like smooth on the nose for a rye.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
That's really good.
Really good.
All right. We'll talk more about these when we get home. Your eyes are so green.
A little more bite than the second one, but it's a little smoky.
Additionally, I met the loves of my life. I will show plenty of video of them. They are two little gentlemen, about 7 weeks old, Whiskey and Tango.
It's these adorable little goats that they got. Literally, I think it was about 3 weeks ago from now, so about almost a month and a half ago from when you're seeing this. But they're just these fun little goats.
Yeah, they were adorable. I will go back just to see Whiskey and Tango.
Heather being a farm girl, this was the main thing she really wanted to see because I had told her they have goats. And it was really funny when we pulled up. I wish I had video of this, but when we pulled in, we literally were sitting right next to their, the pen, and she didn't realize that. So she gets out, just sees these two little goats sitting there. It was quite entertaining, to say the least. But yeah, so that was our trip back to Whiskey Thief, one of my favorite distilleries. It's really fun to see like their 5-6 year products, and I'd like to see maybe some older age-stated products from them eventually. But regardless, really fun experience, really unique. And if you haven't been there, this is one of the craft distilleries you really have to get out to because it is a little bit more interesting. There are other places that let you like thief right from the barrel with any experience that you do, like Augusta. But being able to taste those 5 different ones, bottle it, I think I prefer Whiskey Thief a little bit more than I prefer Augusta for their basically bottle your own. But
I think Augusta's big thing was like tasting the age difference.
Yes,
so
that's true.
Augusta's products, at least like on the tour we went on, you tasted different ages. At Whiskey Thief, I'm pretty sure all of the ages were at least over 5 years. So they were all perhaps like a little more well balanced with the age that they had on them.
Yeah, I would agree. That probably is the biggest difference there. So if you haven't been there and you're in Frankfurt, Lexington area, you have to stop by there. It's a great spot. But from there, our trip to Lexington was not over. We still had a lot of other things to do.
We took a nap and then we rallied.
Yes, there was a nap time because we are not as young, and the ladies need to take a nap. So
Yeah.
we went back, rallied real quick, and headed over to a fun free concert near, what was it?
Manchester Hotel.
Yes, so there was,
Her name was
Ashley Kutcher. Really fun little country artist. She's relatively new, but her music was very solid, fun to listen to, and also the bar that they had there, great spot. I ended up talking with the bar manager, as I obviously will end up doing.
Ashley Kutcher.
Perfect. And we got talking about like some of the single barrel picks that they had, some of the product that he's bringing in, and as like you're just talking with people, you're gonna basically, if you're a personal person and you're talking with people, you're going to get to know them a little bit better, and they might like give you some fun insight. So I got some really interesting insight into some of the barrel picks. I think there was a 1792 foolproof pick that he had that was really good, and he had a couple other picks up there and some other really good, more allocated whiskey. I know there was some E.H. Taylors up there, there was some Blanton's up there, and he also had a Penelope Rio, which I had not gotten to taste the Rio yet for this release, and it is
good.
So much better than it was before. And we were kind of talking about which one was better, Havana or Rio, and a lot of people are comparing those two right now. I think we both agree.
I'm gonna have to taste them side by side, I feel like, to make a final decision.
Pre-final decision. I think we're leaning Rio.
It's so hard to choose.
But you will get that one eventually because we do have a bottle of Rio that we were able to secure, so we will do that side by side eventually here. But from there, we ended up hanging out at the Manchester Hotel next door, had some really good drinks there. Really fun DJ
great
was there.
cocktail menu.
More of a tiki style, so not like a ton of whiskey options, but they were able to make a mock penicillin for Heather, which was pretty decent.
I appreciated that.
It was not bad. But from there, we called it a night, and then we were able to get up the next morning for our main event.
The Keeneland races! It was so much fun. I have actually never been to any... Is this like a derby style event? Horse racing event? I'd never been to something like that before. It was so much fun. Definitely learned, should continue making money for my job and not $2 bets. But, life lessons.
Yes. For our first time being at any horse racing track for both of us, this was a ton of fun. Just the whole atmosphere of kind of running back and forth, you're going up, watching the race, and then you're coming back, making the bets, going to the pen to kind of view the horses, see how they're looking.
Look at the program. The little program gave you so much information about the horse, like what type of track have they raced on, and then the jockey would tell you their percentage of wins and all these other stats. It was like information overload.
It honestly was. I didn't even attempt to understand everything that we were looking at. I was basically going off of what are the odds? What does the horse look like? All right, let's make some bets. We went in with $20, and I think we lost 15.
Yep.
Which is not bad. That 15 that we lost was basically all from the last 2 races. Up until then, we were sitting positive.
Our highest winning ticket was $8.
Hey, still a winning ticket for a little bit. So we were doing decent.
It was fun.
But it was just a ton of fun. Originally, I was hoping that we were going to be like up in a box and doing this like whole fancy thing. But honestly, I'm glad we were down.
It's fun being kind of ground level and then having a chance. Everything's very well video. Or it's like, what's the act of it being videotaped and then also
oh, it's just projected on the big screen.
So a lot of things were, even if you were in a singular location, you were still able to see a lot of the happenings going around. But it was just more fun being able to like run over to the paddock being like, what's the number? And I was like, oh, what was the first one that I liked? El Magnifico. That was my winning, and he won, right?
He did, yes.
Yeah, my first bet was a winner, so I spotted him out in the program and saw him in the paddock, and I was like, he's the one. And we like run back.
So this is definitely something I think if you have a group of friends, it'd be a ton of fun. I know we're going to be going back probably in the spring or fall, because this is the spring.
Yes, this is spring.
Yes, so we're going to be going back in the fall with some more friends to go check it out again. But this was a ton of fun. It was super interesting to walk around a horse racing track, which is just something, being from Wisconsin, we don't really have up there.
Yeah.
Like, you might get some
There's
horse wrangling.
fairs, and like horse events, but it's not the same.
It's not
as
racing.
like a full race. Pro tip though, wear comfy shoes. There's a lot of walking involved, especially in the parking. I almost wore heels and then at last minute decided to wear boots, and I am so thankful I wore boots.
Yeah, we probably had to walk almost, probably about half a mile to a mile to get in from
I should have checked how many steps I didn't check.
I didn't check that.
It
But
was
it was a long walk.
plenty of steps.
Yeah. But as far as their cocktails and some of the things, I didn't realize this. Keeneland, it looks like is sponsored by Makers. So they had their own Maker's Pick there, which was fantastic. Out of all the Maker's single barrels that I've had, or Maker Picks that I've had, theirs was really good. I really did enjoy that. And the cocktails that they had were also pretty good.
Yeah, I had the Keeneland Breeze, which is like Maker's with a citrus and then ginger ale.
I think it was orange ginger ale, yeah.
I think it was a very like light, refreshing cocktail, which was nice for when you're running around trying to, be busy, see all the things.
I will say the old fashioned that I started off with definitely erred on the side of a Wisconsin old fashioned.
He like stirred, so he didn't muddle the fruit, but he stirred the fruit in there, and I was like,
Fruit
wow.
got stirred in there, and there was a lot of syrup added. So this was a very sweet old fashioned. Not what I fully expected from Kentucky, but I wasn't opposed. We will definitely be going back to Lexington. This was a super fun trip. There's still a couple distilleries that we have to hit up down there. RD1 being one of them, and Fresh Bourbon being the other. I think are the last 2 that we need to hit. So we will be back there, and I am really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to going to Keeneland, and it was a really good time, though, to go check all this out.
Whiskey and Tango, I'm coming for you.
Cheers, guys. Have a great week.